Good morning, good evening, wherever you are across this nation and around the world. This is Deja Brew, and we are waking you up to truth, one drip at a time. Today, I have the pleasure of having James Rourke back with me, and we're going to talk about tariffs. So I think I'm going to actually title this Tuesday Tariffs.
Ooh, I like that. How's everybody doing today? Let me quickly introduce myself. I'm an autodidactic, which is like a self-taught person. I'm a musician. I kind of grew up that way, and I was wanting to learn the world, right? And so, what better way to learn the world and how does it work? So I kind of jumped into that. Became a conspiracy theorist just because, like, I study geopolitics, and it just so happens that these conspiracy theories are a lot of them are true. Um,
Right. Turns out they're not
yeah,
theories
so
after all, or conspiracy.
exactly, yeah. So on my journey, I love learning cash money. Uh, Lately, I got a letter from Trump some years ago, through Melania. So that's one of my pictures. I study creation. I love God. Um, yeah, so that's one thing about me. I love debating the atheist evolution. That's one of my aspects about me. And
Yeah.
I got an album coming out. Just put a new single out. And so from there, like I love talking about money. We was talking about a lot of big things on our last podcast that I would like to
Yeah.
circle back to. Like Trump says, do the weave. Um,
Yeah. There you go. All
yeah,
right. So let's talk finances first, and then we'll circle back.
right on. Um, yeah, in today's world, there's terrorists. Everybody's, a lot of people was talking down on them. They look very scary, and initially they are going to be scary because it's a known political philosophy is the man approach, right? It's known study. When you come at the table like a man, you scare people, and they don't know
Mhm.
how to react. But Trump is doing it in a good way to where he's got the leverage. So these tariffs alone are giving them leverage, bringing people to the table, because we're creating a whole new economic system, right? The old one is it's dead. It's bound to go. So meanwhile, on top of the old failing Western Central Bank that's been on the decline, Trump's
Mhm.
building a new system to where it's new trade deals. Um, a lot of mineral gold based systems are being established right now. Do a little insider. Do we still got the gold in Fort Knox? Yes, we do. I believe we're definitely moving to
Do
a
you think we
gold.
do?
I believe so. And
Okay.
even bigger than that, I learned something recent that's kind of blown my mind. And because there's one thing we learned from our little insider is gold destroys the Federal Reserve. So I've been doing a lot of study on the
Yeah.
Grand Canyon lately, and there's over 3,000 caves in the Grand Canyon, but they're off limits, right?
Yeah.
There's probably three, and it's very limited to how far you could go in. Now, there's a lot of conspiracy theories around this, like there are alien bases in there, or there's a lot of Egyptian. There
Yeah.
opens a big door in there, but the
Do
biggest
you think
one,
the gold is in there?
I believe so, because they wasn't able to mine it. It's such a deep, like you're gonna go on horses and mine all that gold. You really can't, and it's never been touched since like the 1800s. And I think we're sitting on trillions of dollars of gold
I love
that's
it.
ready to this whole new economic system that's going to approach.
But it's
Um,
on fire right now.
oh yeah, I've been invested since what 11:30. So I'm up like about 300% on my money on it. But I feel it's going to exceed Bitcoin. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, because ever since we switched to this kind of they got rid of the whole gold standard back in the 60s and 70s with
Mhm.
Nixon. Um, yeah, like it's been manipulated with the paper contracts, like you have bonds and all that,
Right.
so it's keeping the price down.
Silver
Um,
too. Silver too, but they're both up really good right now. And
mhm.
there's a lot of people, I just want to speak to this real quick. There's a lot of people that are hoping for the Nasara or the Just Sara stuff, and they all think that this is going to be like a Bitcoin thing, a cryptocurrency, and I don't think so at all. I think if we do have some type of Nasara, it's going to be gold backed. Don't you?
Yes, and that's one thing people argue. Well, well, actually the Constitution says silver, but silver has been very popular, especially with medicinal stuff, where they're putting in equipment.
Yes. Yes.
So I think the gold is the better solution opposed to silver, even though the Constitution does say silver. But you
Mhm.
know, due to certain times, different measures, right? So
Right.
so I believe we're going to be going to more of a gold now. Like to me, I take the very unpopular opinion on Bitcoin. Not that it's really that evil. You can make money off of it. I'm not saying don't invest if you don't, if you want to go learn it and do it. But I've
Right. It's
always,
evil.
yeah, like you can't hold Bitcoin. Like
Mm-mm.
granted, it might have some kind of transferable power to where there isn't a third party, but a lot of these systems are trying to get this third part middleman in, and that's what's going to
Yeah.
crush it.
And the original name for it was cryptocurrency, and crypto means dead, y'all.
Yeah,
Dead. Dead on arrival.
yeah,
DOS.
and then really it's become like that, like because what is it based, it's like you said, a currency. It's supposed to, you're supposed to be trading, you're supposed to, and what's the whole thing? Don't sell your Bitcoin. Well, if it's a currency, you're supposed to exchange it, because that's what current, it's an exchange. Every
Right.
corner you go to, it's a currency exchange, and that's what money is.
Right.
Um it's water. That's why it's liquid assets, liquidation,
That's right.
um
Very good. Yeah.
cash
It's
flow.
movement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because prior times, Roman, and then Great Britain, because there's the Roman Empire, then the Britain Empire. The way economics and business work, like people were stupid. They didn't like read. Now, I'm not trying to say stupid or no. I'm just saying like they didn't read a lot. So the way
Yeah.
they
They
would
were
start
literate.
business, it wasn't through books. It was through the ships. So that's why we call it maritime admiralty, because
That's
you're on a
right.
and you're comparing everything, and that's what water is. It goes out, the cash flow.
Yeah. And everything is maritime law.
It is.
A
And
lot of people don't realize that.
yeah, and if you learn, and that's where like people learn the distinction with like sovereignty law and all that. They start, there's a difference what each, like a police department they're running on, because technically there are 100 states in the union. Each state is two states. It's the maritime state, and then there's the sovereign state. And
Right.
yeah, so that's how the whole law thing works. I mean, once you learn it, you learn how the world works. The worship of Saturn.
Right. Right. And all of that ties into your social security number, your birth certificate, all of those things, which represent you as a vessel that is
Yes.
docking on their shores that they can tax.
Yep. With a
Yep.
certificate of manifest, they know everything about you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very.
well, it's all numbers,
It
and
is.
that's the whole thing. But like Trump, he's talking about taking control back of DC, and that's another big aspect of the jurisdiction of Columbia, is we're taking it from the District of Columbia back to the District of America.
Yes.
Um,
I'm so excited for that too, man. I'm so
y-
I'm so stoked.
yes, and everything is just like it's coming full circle, and
It
I mean,
is, isn't it?
I've been going off in Big Pharma last few days, and then boom, like
Oh,
Trump does it. He snapped off
right,
last night, like, you show me all this amazing stuff. Where is it, Big Pharma? Justify yourself. I,
right.
I, I love it, man. At first, I was a little scared with RFK because he's a nice guy, and I was like, this ain't a nice guy's job. It's a good guy's job, but not a nice guy's job. And he's handling
Yeah,
business, so I'm
but
happy
I
for it.
think yeah, me too. I think he was just very careful to not show his ace up his sleeve that he could be the tough guy.
Yeah, oh yeah, that
Yeah,
probably was the
because
case.
he has really spoke out about vaccines and how we're still using the same vaccines from the 30s or whatever instead of modern medical technology to create a safer, better vaccine now and stuff. I mean, he's been a big advocate for stuff like that for a long, long time.
Hmm.
And he's
He's
went up
been loved
against
for
some
it.
pretty big companies, corporations that wanted to sue him and shut him down, shut him up.
Hmm.
And so, I mean, he's learned over the years, I think, how to have big cojones.
Yeah, and he did blow the
Never
whistle on
seen.
Fauci. He wrote that book.
Yes. Yes. And now I know we're getting off topic here, but he actually made the COVID vaccines banned in America.
Yes.
So that's pretty exciting too.
Oh, everything's on topic. So
I know, right? I mean, it's so cool. It's so cool how it's all finally like all us anons, right? All us hella
it's all
researchers.
connected, man.
We're
It's
like, finally, we're here. Finally.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I mean,
Yeah.
even though we're not there, like we're there,
But
like
we're
it's
there. But I mean, like we can see it now, right? We can see
yeah.
where the dominoes are starting to fall.
The pieces of the puzzle are just like falling right in place. It's no
Yes.
struggle anymore. It's just
Freaking love it.
oh, hello.
Yeah.
And there's so much fear mongering too. Like you said,
Oh
I've
God.
never seen media so scared to death in my life. How much lying they're going through. Because like the whole terrorists, I've been watching a lot of Charlie Kirk, and I mean, I love to debate him, even though like I agree with most of everything he says, but on the biblical stance, I would love to challenge him. But like the tariff, I've been hearing this tariff argument that the 1930s when they implemented tariffs, and
Yeah.
is because of immigration, and then they believe that that helped cause like the Great Depression. And every time I hear it, I'm like, do you not know your history? Like the Dust Bowl happened. Like it was a beautiful idea implemented at the wrong time of history. Like after the Dust Bowl, that destroyed farming, agriculture. People were starving after that. Plus the Great Depression, it wasn't beautiful. Like America's history isn't the most beautiful, but it's the most beautiful. you
Yes.
know.
And I actually, this is so wild. I love synchronicity. I just watched this really long ass documentary this morning that was actually talking about this kind of stuff and that how the Bushes were actually behind a lot of that in between World War One and World War Two and creating the Great Depression to enslave the American people so they could make it a fascist country. Prescott
Mhm.
Bush was very instrumental in this. That's like the dad of Bush Sr., right?
Yeah,
President Bush Sr. And I'm like, this mofo had his fingers in everything because he was part of MJ-12 too.
yeah.
And
And
I'm
is
like,
that
holy crap, this dude was all over the place.
and they're hanging out with the baddest people. HW was with
Yeah. JP,
Shafiq
JP,
bin
yeah.
Laden before nine
Yes,
11, and then
yes.
Prescott
Well,
Bush is hanging out with Hitler.
right, right. I mean, they were kind of on the same team and nobody even knew. And FDR too. I mean, Franklin Roosevelt was in on it.
And that became a
He
big
went
thing
to
too.
college with Hitler's right hand man, for God's sakes.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
come on. You
And
didn't
then
even think that?
HW being a part of he's like he was the biggest. He was running the CIA, but there's been
He
proof
was.
that like he was involved with the CIA long before it was documented.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because, Prescott actually was part of some type of intelligence before it was called the CIA, and
Yeah,
him
the
and
SS.
Hoover yeah, him and Hoover are the ones that cooked up the idea to create the Central Intelligence Agency.
hmm all to end communism,
Yeah,
and it's
and
implementing
start
communism.
socialism.
It's doing the exact opposite it was created to do.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it sick and twisted? And it is
Which
all connected, and it all goes back to the money.
yes, and it's funny
It
you just
all goes
mentioned a long documentary, Kodak's 9/11. That finally came out. I don't know if you ever heard. Like I've been hearing years about it, and I finally
I
heard it come
have.
out. That
Tell
was
me.
like the best documentary I've seen on 9/11, as far as like
Oh, on 9/11.
exposing it, not just showing, oh, this
Oh
happened,
my
da da
god.
da da. No, it went in deep.
It's so crazy that you would even bring up 9/11 in this conversation that's gonna revolve around finances and
Yeah,
gold,
the trade,
because
world trade.
building 7 went down without anything touching it, and dude, I'm telling you what, from the research I've done, that was the biggest gold heist in history
Exactly.
because all that gold was in the basement
It
of
was the
the
perfect
Pentagon.
setup,
It really was. It
and
really was. And people
it,
like John McCain funded Al Qaeda and these different terrorist groups so that they could then point the blame at them because I don't think bin Laden did a damn thing. I don't think he's
what's wild,
responsible for it.
they were all big money.
Mhm.
Because
I know.
they was all investing in the Carlyle group, the Bin Laden family were.
Yeah. I know bin Laden's personally.
I
I have
bet.
met I have met bin Laden's princes, some of his younger brothers. I've met them.
Yeah, they're not necessarily bad people. I mean,
No.
now granted, they had this kind of corrupt
But
deal with the Carlyle group going on.
I
That
mean, they
Bush
were
is
kind of
working,
like,
but
yeah, I mean, they were kind of like Saudi Arabian mobsters, if you ask me, you know.
yeah,
But
they'll kiss your
doing
hand,
good in
but
mob
they just making money.
don't mean you're necessarily bad either. But I mean, the ones that I knew, I didn't like, but
I bet, yeah, they
just because they were very arrogant and pompous toward me,
exactly, yeah, they're
you know.
about their money. That's all. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. But no, they were all the whole family lived in Florida, and they were flown out under the cover of darkness after 9/11 happened, and everything across the United States was a no-fly zone.
Yeah.
But the bin Ladens get flown out safely back to Saudi Arabia, and then we go after Saddam Hussein instead. Like,
Hmm.
come on, people, think.
Especially they've been having whole military training drills for the whole year of 2001 prior running up to 9/11 based on Osama bin Laden. But when it happened, oh, we never could see this coming. And that
Yeah,
documentary goes deep. They was running like computer simulations to how Building 7 could fall the way it did. And there was only one simulation that worked as if the outer and the inner beam was taken out. And the only way that could possibly happen is
dynamite.
demolition.
Yep, demolition dynamite. I watched that sucker pancake, and I'm
Silverstein
like,
said it. Said they had to pull it. He's on tape. Like, yeah, it was for safety reasons. We pulled it. They asked John Kerry. He was like, yeah, we talked with Silverstein, and he said it was for safety reasons, so they pulled it.
nah, bullshit.
They well,
Bullshit. Because Carrie's in the skull and bones with the bushes.
exactly, yeah.
No, I don't trust him.
All of them, man. They're all full of
Yeah.
the NGOs, and it's funny watching Robert Mueller. He just got sickness, Parkinson's disease. This guy was just teaching college, but he's teaching law, but now he's all of a sudden sick. Now that RussiaGate, you know,
Huh, how convenient.
Bill Clinton, he looks sick.
Oh, yeah, he all of a sudden is sick too. Did you hear about that?
Yeah,
Supposedly he's really ill. I'm like,
well,
"Hmm." But
he looks really ill every time I see him. I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like,
yeah, yeah, him and the wife, they both look sickly. But do you what are your thoughts? You know about the Q stuff, right?
yeah,
So what are your thoughts that all this is already said and done, and all of that is just optics so that they can say, "Oh, they passed away from this or that or the other." Kind of like John McCain, right? Because I think
yeah.
him and Bush Senior both were taken out through treasonous tribunal type things.
Well, the biggest aspect to the whole thing with me, and it's something I personally want is that none of this could have ever happen again. And then for it to never happen again,
Agreed.
it has to be understood. So to run
Agreed.
this under the dark, I wouldn't, I would, if Trump is in front of me, I would disagree with him on that. Like, no, but um, it's possible, but I think justice is coming for him because that's personally what I want, and that's what the world needs. Like,
Oh no, I'm saying justice has already been done, and that we're
well,
just
yeah,
seeing
but
optics of it playing out, right?
yeah,
Like
I
they've
just believe
already
that
been dealt
hasn't.
with.
But that would be my want is like the public should see this. Like,
Well,
I
the public
mean,
will see it. The public
yeah,
will see
exactly.
it. You know,
Yeah,
yeah. But for them to say all of a sudden that they're ill, perhaps they just got taken care of, is what I'm saying. Right?
it's very possible. Yeah, they're dangerous, sick people. You know, like they should have been taken out a long time ago. But
Yeah. Well, the reason I say that is because, like, the Q stuff said that if they give a video confession and a written confession, that they'll give them an option of having a by natural causes type passing, so that to some extent the family can still keep their dignity over their treasonous, seditious acts, you know,
yeah,
rather than
mhm.
have your entire family shamed and shunned for the rest of their lives. Give us these confessions. We'll say that you passed away of natural causes and let them have some dignity.
Yeah.
Because,
I,
allegedly that's what happened with Bush Sr. and John McCain.
it's possible. I like I said, it's a gray area. You know, like I can't say for sure, and I can't, I can't prove one way or the other.
Right. Oh, me
But
neither. Yeah, me neither.
yeah, then that's a tough call because it is. I mean, when you're grown and raised into this situation, like, because people, the whole Ghislaine Maxwell of her being pardoned came up, and it's like, well, would you agree with that? I'm like, well, it depends. Like, I don't know how deep this goes. Like, if she was,
Yeah,
you're born and raised in it, these are sick people. Like, they're brainwashed into it. So, how do we go about this?
I mean, I
It's
agree.
sick.
I agree that they're born into it, so they begin as victims, but to give them a pardon or a pass just really burns my biscuit, because they were still an adult
Yeah,
that made those choices to do this to more children.
yeah. And that hasn't, like that was my whole argument. Like, I don't know why we're talking about what could be as opposed to, what I mean? Like, if it did happen, I don't know. I would, because it's about the support. Would you still support? And it's like I would still support Trump, but like if he does do it, it would have to be very specific conditions that I would probably agree with. Because this is
Yeah.
wartime, so
Right. I mean, we would really have to be getting some goods
yeah. So
for
that's
that.
why I hate hypotheticals. Like, don't give me the hypothetical. Just
Yeah.
like,
Sorry. We'll get back to the finances.
well,
Get
no,
back to
no,
the
no,
math
not
and the
you. I'm
crap.
just like when people bring it up to me, that's how I am. Like, oh no, like you can't pin me if I will or won't support it because it depends on the
Oh,
situation.
yeah. I mean, I think for most things, Trump would always have my support. You know. Now I was a bit taken back at first over the whole not releasing the Epstein files and things,
Yeah,
but
people were lit over that. Yeah.
in hindsight, I see why he did it that way, and I'm like, well played, sir. Well played.
Yeah, he got
Now the
everyone.
Democrats are even saying, release those files.
And it was the same thing with Iran when he hit Iran. Like, dude, the conservative, well, the fake, what do they call them? Uh, Not impersonators, but all the influencers. They
Oh,
was like, oh, World War III. Oh, we're so mad. We didn't vote for this. Like, no,
I
we
know,
voted peace
right?
through strength.
Yeah.
This
That was
doesn't.
that was just a bunch of fear mongering. I'm like, we're
It
not going
was.
to World War III. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and they're like, "Well, we don't want to go to wars," and it's like, who's saying
Yeah.
this is like a decade-long war? Like, I'm like, this is obliteration, and Trump comes out and says that afterward it's obliteration. I'm like, see, that's what I was just saying. Like, I knew what was going on. Like, they had to
Yeah,
hit their
I did
target,
too. I did too, and I totally trusted him as our commander in chief. I think he did great. Really
which
great.
is why I wanted to speak about that last podcast. Like, highlight Iran. I was highlighting Iran a lot, and it was because I knew that was going to be a big emotion puller, so it's going to get people and it's no, you got
Yep,
to stop and think what's going on. Like you got to trust the people with the info. I
that's
wish
right.
I had a Q clearance and a classificate. Like I could look at all this, but
Me too. Oh, me too.
I want to see what
So
why
bad.
Hillary Clinton was asking about the Nephilim in Ukraine. Like what was that about? Let me look at
Yeah, and what did
that.
she do with the resurrection chamber for the giants that
Yeah.
she took out of storage?
Yeah.
I want to know what she's up to.
Yeah, like yeah, I mean, this it comes out and it's like you could trust the UFO people. They're all over it, man. Like they got it. Like I'm like I would never think to look this up and classify it, and boom, like they found it.
I know because I'm UFO people.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, speaking of Iran, I think that we sent in our TR-3B or our Aurora spacecraft to do that bombing, and that's how they got in under the cover of darkness without being detected on radars.
yeah, they gave
I
them the
think
B
they used
two.
our
Like oh, they're expecting
badass
B2s,
technology. Yeah,
and by the time
yeah,
you really you see the B2s,
and
they just tore you up.
yeah, and we just got a boat, a Venezuela boat today. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
That we bombed it with a bunch of drugs on it? I'm like, boom, America's back, baby.
Yeah. I know one buddy. He's so bad. Like he's because he's from Mexico, and he's like, no, he can't go in there. I'm like, why are you defending Maduro right now? Like,
Right? Nah, I'm okay with bombing a a boat full of drugs that's coming to our country.
yeah. And I'm a
I'm
huge
okay with
history buff, and you know what? People they don't know much about the American Mexican War. Everything that happened with that, like we. And it's such a funny story when you read about it because it wasn't a long war. So Mexican troops like kept hitting our soldiers, like attacking certain. We was like, stop it. It kept going on. They kept attacking. We're like, just stop it. Then suddenly, a lot of the folks got mad, and the president didn't. He's like, okay, you could hit them. They hit back a little bit, and they was like, oh, the hell with this. They start going forward, and the president's like, don't go, don't go. But they decided to go into Mexico anyways, and it was a 5,000 man army, and they're going up against 20,000 Mexican troops. They completely destroyed the 20,000 troops.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they occupy Mexico City. We had it won, but the president
Yes.
was like, "We don't like these optics. We're gonna just end the war." And he's like, "Hey, Mexico, we'll give you what was it, $10 million for California?" And you
Yeah.
know, and it was like, "Okay, yeah." So like, and all these people, this is stolen land. Like, you better look at that history because
Right.
we smashed Mexico. Like, let's not
Right.
go back down.
We
So
whipped their ass and we gave them money for the damn state.
yeah, yeah. Like we could have took it over, but we didn't want to.
Yeah.
In General Patton, he came back up, a bunch of dead Mexicans. He's got a picture too, a bunch of dead Mexicans on his hood. He was like, "We should have took it over. If we don't take this over, it's gonna be a third world." And sure enough, he was right. We should have took it, but
Yeah.
um, yeah. Now we got the
I think
cartels, and we need to wipe those cartels out ASAP.
100%. And that's what I was going to say, that I think Trump actually thinks like Patton, right? And
Oh
a lot of
yeah,
people, if you're into the whole time traveler stuff and all that and reincarnation, there's a lot of people that believe that Trump is General Patton reincarnated.
it very well. I won't say reincarnated just because I
Or
think they
Ulysses
were on the
S. Grant.
same.
It's
They were
up
alive at the
up
same
there.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but granted, yeah, he's got that spirit in him for sure because
He really
it's
does.
and
And
plus
he's
there's a
a
whole
chess player.
oh yeah, it's Barron's and the whole Barron the last president Barron Trump. Um
Right.
yeah, so and that too, like when you got American Gold, you got whatever Trump knows about tech from Tesla and John Trump and what the military's been doing. I've been reading about an endowment to the American people. How when you start adding up all these natural resources and the gold, like we're so rich, it's ridiculous. It just hasn't been even tapped yet.
Yeah. Now, I actually have two questions for you. One, do you think that the American people are going to get some of this money in some type of a refund or reimbursement type way? You know, like a lot of people are assuming that this is going to happen next tax season ish because of the tariffs and the gold changeover and all of those different things. And then my second question, I done forgot. So go ahead and answer the first one and I'll come back to it.
Yeah, we'll touch on that. I want to be a little specific on that. Are we talking about like the Doge cuts? Are we talking like the terrorist refund he was mentioning, or are we talking about the endowment?
So any and all of the above, do you believe that the American taxpayers are gonna see any kind of money?
Oh, definitely. I believe like just off the taxes alone, like next tax season, just with the big beautiful bill, I
Yeah.
I'm there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming out of that. But right now, we're just kind of in this transit, like in the middle of a step into the
Mhm.
next financial system, to where we're gonna turn the IRS into the ERS, the External
Right.
Revenue
That's
Service.
that's what I was gonna ask you about too, because it'll be
Yeah,
more like instead of paying in taxes, it's kinda like they're paying us, right?
yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't. I mean, well, it's gonna go to like the grand fund that the president over controls, and that's when like the
Right.
government could really implement a lot of good things for the people on its own will.
Yeah.
Like you really don't have to get it passed by like if the president like, hey, we're gonna build this grand pyramid for everybody, and we're gonna create a
We're
mega
gonna go do
city,
it.
or yeah, you don't need
Gotta
Congress
get
approval. You got the
right.
funds.
We
Just
ain't gotta get a bunch of votes. We can just go do it. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So like you got stuff like that. As far as like I do believe the Doge tax would be coming. Main thing I want reparations from China for the COVID.
I do
I want to
too.
see that happen.
Yeah, and Fauci. I think we should take all of Bill Gates and Fauci's assets because of it. I do.
Yeah.
They should go to jail, and we should get all their assets.
Yep. Same thing with Soros when they get home because they're
Mhm.
narrowing him down now. Trump's been calling
Right.
him out,
Yeah, right. I can't
and
wait to see
that's
all the
trillions of dollars,
well,
trillions.
yes. Yes.
So this paying off the debt, like that's to me, I kind of want to pay it off. I would have told the central bank, like, oh, you're gone. You either get, like, you ask for money again, I'm gonna blow you up, But I guess we're gonna pay off this debt to whoever we owe it to, and then I mean, between the endowment, you're looking at bonds, stuff you could invest in, like because when you get something like an endowment, they turn that into bonds. You could then create a savings account, like per se for your kids, which is one thing they're moving into right now, based off
Right.
on like just terrorists, to where you put so much money in, these bonds are going to double and triple your money, opposed to these small little. Oh, here's a few cents this month. Here's a cent. No, we're gonna probably turn into bigger investment and deals like that, to where your kid may not even have to work. And then there's this whole talk of like when you got AI coming in.
Mhm.
Um, I hate to use the word socialist because like I'm most anti-socialist, but a very realistic ideal socialist utopia can come to play.
Mhm.
Um, when you got so much abundance, you're not off a scarcity society, and you're more on of an abundance society. Like the sky's the limit to how people could live. Like, can you imagine just working for 1 year of labor, then the rest is to arts and innovative and
Yeah,
personal growth and spiritual?
that would be amazing.
Yeah,
That
and
would truly be the age of Aquarius, right?
I believe like the good guys are making these steps to go in this direction. That's why like with the
Yeah.
finances going on, that's why it's kind of what I want to talk about, because when you got so much money, even now, like anybody could become rich if you really wanted to. You just got to understand what money is and how it works.
All right, let's talk.
Um, because
See,
it
I want to know how to be rich.
yeah, well, I'm not necessarily rich, but like it's how you apply yourself. But the money's out there to
Okay.
get. Like I invest in trade myself. Like I'm kind of set up for this kind of transition to a lot of the stuff I bought into. My long term hold stock, like
Like what?
it's based off truth. So, and then if they go back to like the lock, there's a coming and scare event. We know this is coming. It's gonna scare the living hell out of everyone, um, and
So what
that's
kind
when.
of stock should I invest in?
Well, what does your heart tell you? You know what I'm saying?
I
Well,
have no clue. I know nothing about stock. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Like I know nothing.
And it depends on what kind of trader you want to be, but like a long-term investment, definitely go get your precious metals for sure.
Okay,
Um,
so gold would be something that's considered a long term.
Silver, yeah, I would,
Okay.
because even
I
if
mean,
the
I
price does
literally know
go
nothing.
down, the value of your money goes up, so you can't lose
Okay.
if that were to happen.
Okay. I like
Yeah,
that. I'll
and
invest in gold and
stocks
silver.
is you would definitely have to like kind of know some basics. And like me, I love day trading. I'm not really a buy and hold type of person. Now,
Okay,
although I got one
what
particular,
does that mean? What does day trading mean?
it's buying and selling a stock in one day, within one day. If you hold it overnight, you don't get hit with a PDT rule, which is pattern day trading rule, because a lot of day trading was frowned upon. But now that we have the internet and everything moves so fast, it's not frowned
Okay.
upon, and you have so many day trades that you're allowed. So if you buy and sell in one day, you use a one PDT rule, and you only get three in a week, or one drops off every 5 days or 5 business days. Um, or you could get
So
cat,
I so I can do it up to 3 times a week, and whichever one I did first is gonna drop off in 5 days, right?
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
if you do the day trading, so and
Okay.
me, like when I day trade, I open
Mhm.
up my trading app. I look at the biggest movers, the biggest percent movers, because the percentage is what you want to look at, not the dollar amount. Like that's deceptive because of a stock
What
moving from 100 to 103 opposed to 20 cents to 40 cents, is that's different percentages. So you want to go off percentage. So I go for the big percentage, the best news, and play the dip buy, because usually when the bell rings, people sell out of panic, I use my markers, get into the dip buy, and try to sell at least 5 to 10%. But a lot of times I made 100%. There was a big dip buy when Trump did the bleach thing with the AYTU light. I went in like 20 grand on this bounce. Made about 25 grand in like an hour.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you spent 20 and then
but
you
it
made
was like
25,
100%.
right?
So that 100% move is what you want to look at, right? So
So you
uh,
made like $5,000 in a day.
I made like 20,000. It was 100%. It was over 100% move that I made. So when I put in 20,000, if it moves up 100%, that's another 20,000.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it goes off percentage
Interesting.
base.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Talking.
So that would be a day trader. Then you have swing traders where they hold overnight. They go for a week, sometimes a month, several months. Then you have your long-term traders. They go long-term. Now, to me, there's investors and traders. Traders are like I said, they just kind of it's interaction opposed to investment where you believe in this company. I'm gonna put my money in this company and watch it grow. So
Right.
like,
So like IBM or Windows or something.
yeah. So do you
Like
want to be a
buying a
trader? Do you want to
stock
be an
into the
investor?
company, that's an investor.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I'm following along.
So me, like, I'm a trader, investor. I'm a musician. I'm an artist.
I know you got
I'm a
your hand
jack
in
in the
different
box.
kinds of pots. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a
Yeah.
lot. And you're a home repairman.
Yeah. I'm doing a whole lot. I'm making an album.
Making an album. Let's talk about that. What kind of album are you making?
It's more on the hip hop side. Now, granted, I've been intertwining more like classic rock or because I love all music. I love country, everything. I just went to a Travis Tritt concert last month.
Right on. So, do you write your own lyrics and stuff?
Yes, I make all my music. I do all the mixing, mastering, producing. I write. I like even my graphic design artwork, the music videos I do. I just did
Very
an
nice.
AI music video to my new single, "Beautiful Love" or "Beautiful Pain." Beautiful Pain.
You want to give us a sample?
This love is a beautiful thing. I can feel it in my veins. It's a beautiful pain, kind of like two to the brain, but only in a beautiful way. Beautiful way. And this love. No, but
Nice. I like it.
yeah. It's I mean, I'm on YouTube, John Mike, YouTube, Facebook. I do have Spotify. Like I'm on all the major
All right, cool.
Apple, Spotify, everything.
You need to send me all your links so I can put them in the description box down
Oh,
below.
nice. All right, yeah, I could do that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Look forward to hearing it.
yeah.
You've been
So
busy since I last saw you.
I've been very busy. I need to stop being busy.
I know you've been like way hella busy.
I do too much stuff, and but I handle it. You know what I mean? Like it keeps me keep me going.
Yeah, that's good.
If not, I'll be depressed in love. Like I don't want to be depressed in love. I want to be.
Right, man. Right. All right. So back to this financial business.
Yes.
Talk money to me. Tell me how to be rich. No, I'm just teasing.
Well, the smartest people they leverage debt. Because you always hear the communists like they hate the rich people. It's like, granted, there are some bad rich people, but there's good rich people too. But
Right. There's
but
bad
being
people.
yeah, so you gotta learn how to leverage debt. Like there's assets and there's liabilities. So are you gonna, with all the money you make, are you gonna put your money in the liabilities, like houses, car stuff to put in your house, or
Yeah.
that's liability, or you're gonna get assets to something that's gonna bring you back money. So like, are you gonna buy a house then to rent it out so it brings you back money? You're gonna buy a
Right.
car to rent it out to bring you back money. So
Right.
most people are investing big money into assets it's making them money. So everything you touch is just kind of bringing money back, and that's how like the rich operates. And then you learn a lot of the tax codes and being business, how you could bypass certain things, buy really nice cars, write them off, um,
So
and
do you
then like building
know
credit.
anything about that?
What's up?
Do you know anything about that?
I know some stuff about it, but I don't.
Past some things?
I
We
technically
talked
haven't
about first.
opened up a LLC or anything like that. I haven't exploited it or nothing like that. But if I were, I would use it. You know, if it's in your favor. Like there's certain Mercedes. If you have an LLC or business, you could buy like certain Mercedes brands or like luxury cars. And there's a list of them. You go on the website. Like I think maybe the IRS they would have the ones you could write off and it's amazing like what you can do. It's just you gotta know how to do it, and that's how people are just making money off of it. That's what Trump's evil for doing. Like there's everybody's doing it. So don't blame Trump. You know?
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
If I
I
were
had
to
to
have
think
an
myself.
LLC for my business,
Yes.
I could buy a
So,
car and write that off.
well, if you use the right car, like it's all there. You'd be able to use it for your benefit.
Wow. All right,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Liberals might see you and hate you, but
Oh well.
they gonna find something to they gonna find something anyway.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about it. They find something to gripe about every day.
Yeah.
They don't even
We,
faze me.
we love them because
Switch this.
the logic they use is sad. It's like illegal immigrants are Anne Frank. Like, yeah, Anne Frank was roaming around in the
Oh dear
streets,
God.
trafficking kids. And speaking of, what did you think about that when because I just kind of put it underneath the video to highlight the AI or the what Jeff Epstein was doing with like the DNA.
Oh, his pure race.
Yeah. It's transhumanism. Everybody,
Yeah, this weird ass. Like he was like a mad scientist. He was like the island of Dr. Moreau, man.
yeah, he was
Remember
a
that
big funner in
movie?
the evolution too from Harvard. He was all tied into Harvard.
Oh, I know. Like he was all over that genetic stuff.
Yeah,
Fucking
and
freaky, dude.
that goes to like a lot of the white papers from all these rich like or the mega elites where they're talking about transhumanism, how they want to become God,
Right.
transcend, and for some reason, like owning people's souls, their DNA, whatever they're doing in labs with it. I don't know. That's so quite interesting. I don't know if they plan on making like an army of clones of everyone to, or are you trying to destroy
Honestly,
humanity, then clone everyone to make them their minions or something? What's going on?
honestly, I feel like this is a true war between good and evil right now, and they are trying to trap the soul to prevent it from reincarnating and growing and experiencing.
Ascension, going to the next
Ascension.
levels.
Right, exactly. They're trying to figure out a way to stop this because from the time I was little, I was told that nothing will be able to stop this, and that was the whole reason that I liked the Q movement when I first heard about it because that was the slogan, "Nothing can stop this," right? And
Yeah.
then they used the phrase, "The Great Awakening," and I was told that phrase as a little kid too,
Hmm.
that that was something to remember, the Great Awakening. And
Yeah.
I'm like, this is for our soul because this is that moment in time where humanity evolves and becomes
Yeah.
more than we were told we were. And as far as becoming a god goes, the closer we can become to being a god, a true god, is by knowing ourselves and knowing that God is within us, right?
Hmm.
And that Jesus was meaning it when he said we can do more than he did even, right? Like he
Yeah.
said, you too can go forth and do the same great works as me and more, right?
Hmm.
I mean, we can heal each other. We can heal this planet. We can bond together and create this really beautiful utopian world. And it's not that kumbaya bullshit that got hijacked by spiritual fluffy bunnies because that pisses
Yeah.
me off. You know, that
Oh,
really pisses me off. All these people that pretend like they're all kumbaya and stuff. But and again, it all goes back to the money.
mhm.
Really does all go back to the money.
It's greed, and
Yeah.
that's where we lose our Marxist friends because I mean when you take a moral code giver out of the equation, like people don't become good or evil anymore. They just become misunderstood. Like, oh, we just don't understand. Like, no, there's good and evil, and evil is
Yeah.
always going to present itself in like human greed or whatever. And that's why
Yeah.
like this capitalist system is our best system, right? It has holes in it, but it's the best prosperity we've ever seen ever in humanity, that we can't just turn our backs on it because of a few rich people. I
Right.
mean, it
100%. And that's even what I meant by the spiritual world being hijacked, because they will say you have to just accept everybody for who they are and turn that other cheek crap. And no, I mean there is a very clear line between right and wrong, good and evil,
yes,
and these people that have committed these heinous crimes in the name
yeah,
of greed and control and whatever, they need to be punished. We can't
yeah,
just say, "Oh, well, that's just how they are," and let it go. It all
yeah,
needs to be
exactly.
punished. It all needs to be reckoned with and recognized, and all of it change all at the same time, and that's why I love everything about this.
Yeah, and that
It
goes
really
back
is like a
to
full circle.
hmm And that goes back to the Salem witch trials. They used to, oh, people believe in superstition. They were witches and they was burning witches. Like, no, do you understand what a witch is? You know, like it's like a MC, a master of composure to a ceremony, right? So a MC, he's the master of a ceremony, performing music, but a witch would be in a religious, sacred type deal to where what they do with children. And so when you look at the Salem witch trials, it was actually just it was burned kind of like pedophiles in a sense. There was a lot of evil going on, and that's hidden out of
Well,
the
I
books.
disagree with that actually, because I think that I think it was a whole flip the script thing, and the wrong people were getting burned at the stake while the
Could have been
while the
kind of been
bad
like that too.
people
Like we were back in
succeeded.
2020, we
Yeah.
were getting burned at the stake.
Yeah. I think it's that same old flip the script thing, that gaslighting. We call it gaslighting these days, right? The
Yeah,
pointing the finger, no different than when the Democrats were pointing the finger at Trump, in his first term and saying he was doing this and he was doing that. And really it was them that was
it
doing
could have
those
been
things.
that too. Yeah, I
I
don't think
think
it
it was
was just
more
they
that.
believed in superstition. Like, no, there was more to
Yeah.
that event that happened. You know, like they didn't just wake up one day, oh, witches,
Yeah.
oh, magic.
I
No,
think
it
a
wasn't.
whole lot of innocent people died because of that. I really do.
Oh yeah, it
A whole
wasn't
lot of
pretty at
innocent
all.
people. Yeah. Yeah. But now the pedophilia thing, I think that's been going on for eons.
Oh yeah, it's
You can
biblical.
track that back to biblical days. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's about damn time we put a stop to that, you know?
And yeah, and it's so horrifying. And then that's where like I draw the line of like the silent. They're off in the night. Like no, we need to put what they did out with their faces. You know, like and show like that this is documented history of the consequences when someone goes out of their way to hurt children the way that they did. And
Mhm.
then that's why like I can't live with the aspect of them just kind of going under the dark. No, like I want all this.
Yeah.
We can't do that. Like I would disagree with
Yeah.
anybody in the White House if they were to do that. Like no, don't do that.
Yeah, 100%. And again, it goes back to the money, because these people that are performing these heinous, sinister, evil acts are
Hmm.
the elite. They're the top 1%.
Yeah, and they're just projecting the art of because that's the whole thing with Karl Marx, and then you start looking at the Church of Satan, and that's what they all have been doing. If you look at everything they blame Trump or conservatives, the anti-vaxxers being dangerous, it was everything they were doing to a T. It was their playbook. They
Right.
ran the playbook. The
Mhm.
same thing the Nazis, the browncoats did back in Nazi
Right.
Germany. They unloaded it all. It all came, and we all knew it. It was just unfortunate. A lot of the college student era or the people just too tied up to learn, they didn't have time to understand what was going on, and that's why I want reparations. Like all the fighting and bashing, like I had to go through in 2020. Like, and I didn't want to wear a mask, and the way they
No,
treated
I
you, it
didn't.
was
I didn't wear a mask. And everywhere I went, yeah, people treat you like shit. And I would just stand on my imaginary soapbox and protest, man, right in the middle of the dollar store or Walmart or wherever the hell I was at. I would just fucking protest. I'm like, y'all are
yeah.
acting like sheep.
It was really, yeah, and it's like,
Think
well,
for
you have your
yourself.
mask. Don't worry about me. Like,
Yeah, kind of like the vaccines too, really. Everybody that was bashing vaccines, the people that didn't want to get them, like if
hmm
your vaccine, if you trust it so much, why you hating on me for not getting it?
yeah, well,
Clearly
you
you're
have to do it
safe,
for all the work.
you
Like
know?
that's such a dumb logic. That
Yeah,
was such a sad time in history how dumb people
yeah.
got over fear. They let all rationality go just for fear.
They really did. And for me, from my family, it was sort of a validation when this happened in 2020 because we don't vaccinate, period. My newborns never get vaccinated.
Yep.
Right? Because I have 7 children. I don't know if you know that about me,
Oh
but I have
wow.
7 kids, and my older children, I did what everybody else did. I took them and got the damn multitude of vaccines for them when they were newborns until I ended up with an autistic child.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding you, the day he got his 18-month, I think it was 18-month, 15-month or 18-month vaccines, they give you 3 of them now, all at once. The
No.
the day he got them vaccines, he changed like a light switch. He went from being this vibrant, outgoing little baby to being a recluse and withdrawn and wouldn't speak. He became mute. And I'm like, no, the vaccine did this. And they're like,
Yeah.
no, 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 it wasn't that. And so I stopped vaccinating my children. And I've had doctors turn us away and say that they won't be my child's pediatrician because my kids don't get vaccinated. Like, if your vaccines are so effing good, why can't my kids walk into your doctor's office and nobody should be in danger but my kid, right?
Yeah. And why do you got to accept
But it's the
bonuses for
complete
it?
reverse. They will
Yeah.
treat you like you're piranha or pariah or whatever that word is, you know?
Yeah. And let's look at the fact that from like the whole COVID vaccine, it was every per doctor they was making $190,000 per year off of vaccine bonus incentives,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
it's like,
they wrote it down as a COVID death. They got a perk.
yeah,
Doctor
you
in
people
the
are
hospital.
sick.
Yeah, yeah, because you just threw your ethics out the window. The things
Yeah,
that
there's
you
no
swore
informed
and took an
consent.
oath to, you threw them out the window for money and for
Yeah,
the insurance
Hippocratic oath
companies.
and informed consent.
Yep, and I blame that shit on Obama. That whole Obamacare bullshit, that's what made the doctors end up being in the pockets of the insurance companies to begin with, and they
Yeah,
had to do what the insurance company says versus what's the best thing for their patient.
exactly.
So it completely annihilated their whole oath.
Yeah,
You
and it's sad people like still stand on that, like, oh, we can't end that. Like, well, granted, we gutted it pretty good, but like it got to the point now, like it would probably would be bad to end it because how bad things have gotten that you're just taking the last string off of it to fully collapse. But I mean, I believe a fix is coming. I would love to see we go to like natural centers opposed to
oh
hospitals,
god,
like
me too.
because
Me too.
I just learned about this. The AI, like if you bring up Grok or Chat GPT,
Mhm.
throw your test results into it. Like, granted, we still need like blood results, imaging, CT.
Sure, we need the proper testing. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you take like whether it be an image or let's say your gut's acting up, you take a picture of your poo poo because it looks funky. Throw it into your AI, analyze it. Oh my god! Like it starts telling you stuff you didn't even know about yourself. Like I was like dumbfounded because I kept hearing people talk about like how they want to create these systems that does that, and they start making it to where doctors they could access these AI databases and be able to share actions or um, remedies with each other and a quicker, faster response to certain things. And it sounded beautiful, but I kept hearing, I'm like, I wonder if Chat or Grok does this. So I do it in, and my last blood test, like I had really low HDL cholesterol, and I
Hmm.
didn't realize this at the time. I also had like pretty high bad cholesterol too. And I was like, oh shit! Like I just realized it's like 3 days ago, and I recently got blood, and I'm waiting on that test work. But
See, and the herbals are my thing. That's my forte. I know what herbs you can take for which things, and it'll help you and heal you and fix you. Like, I hate the way that the big pharma companies, and again, that goes back to money, right? Because big
mhm,
pharma's not in it for you to win and be cured. They just want to give you a pill for that, kind of like there's a
yeah,
cap for that, there's a pill for that. And with every pill you take, there's a bunch of side effects that's going to cause another whole host of issues. Oh, and we
yeah,
have a pill for that too, right?
yeah. We're
Whereas
just here to turn off the warning lights.
when you take the herbals, because listen, I call it God's medicine cabinet. God gave us everything on this beautiful planet to heal us and nurture us and keep us healthy. We just
Yeah,
have to be smart enough to know what it is. And the
yeah,
doctors of the old days that made house calls, they used those things. They had this area called an apothecary, right?
yep,
Where they would mix their own medicines and make medicines. And our very first antibiotic was actually colloidal silver. And
yep.
a lot of people don't know that, but colloidal silver is freaking amazing.
It is.
It's
It
amazing.
really.
It's a game changer.
First time I drank it, I got kind of like a head high,
Yeah,
but
it's
when
kinda
I
a little weird,
yeah,
but it's okay. I mean, it's okay.
it was like a good sensation though. You know what
It's
I
not
mean?
gonna
Like
hurt
a
you.
feel good sensation.
Yeah.
Um, like me, I was taking well when I did my when I went to the doctor, they did they did the blood pressure and it was really really good. But I've been taking like cayenne pepper,
Yeah.
so that was good. But
Pepper's
my
amazing.
thing is, I just got to narrow down my issue. I think I'm having like either gallbladder stones or pancreas issues right now. I can't say for sure, but I'm just waiting on the blood work and nail it down so I know what to do. Like I can't do
Yeah.
if I don't know what it is.
And there's herbs you can take for your gallbladder, and there's herbs you can take for your pancreas. So, I'll message you later and give you some info.
Yeah, is it better like for extracts or teas? Like, what's your?
There you can get them in a capsule. I just like to
Oh, do
pop
it like that. Okay.
I like to pop the pill and be done with it. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
like. I like
like,
it.
I have a whole bunch of teas, but I don't ever have time to drink tea, to make the
Okay.
water to drink the tea, right? But I've got like 1,000 different kinds of tea. But
Yeah.
I just buy them already, ground up in the capsule form so that I can just
Which
take it
is
with
the
my
simplest
meal
way.
and call it done, you know? Because I
Yeah.
take turmeric. I have RA and I have Crohn's,
Oh.
and I don't have issues. I don't take prescriptions, and I don't have issues. I take turmeric, I take cod liver oil, I take magnesium, potassium, selenium, and I don't hurt like most RA people do. And I'm not crippled, right? And I
Yeah.
was diagnosed when I was 23. And they're like, if you don't take our medicines, you'll be crippled by the time you're 40. And I'm like, you can shove your medicine. I'll go get my herbs,
Exactly.
you know, because I was raised, I mean, my family's Native American. So I was raised knowing about the herbs. I was raised knowing what's good for you, you know, and I just
Yeah.
really dove into that.
This needs to
So
come
much.
back.
It really does, and I feel like it is. I feel like it's coming back.
Oh
In the
yeah.
last 10 years, it's so easy to get the craziest things like lion's mane mushrooms,
Hmm.
which is a really good mushroom to take for different ailments, and
Yeah.
before, like 10 years ago, you couldn't find it anywhere. Like, it wasn't something you could just order on Amazon, right? And now you
Yeah.
can. It's amazing.
You can buy and grow it now.
Yeah, yeah. I love where our future's headed. I really do. I'm really excited about our future.
I am too. I was actually thinking about starting a hydroponic like garden in my kitchen. Like I want to start growing my own little. vegetables, have it offset, and
That
all right,
would
it's
be
time for a
cool.
salad today. Like I want to do that so bad.
Yeah. Grow some mushrooms in your uh under your house, in
Self-sustaining.
your little crawl space.
Yeah. Then
'Cause
we
they
just
gotta
got
be in the dark,
that would be a
to
good
grow 'em up.
idea though, but
Yeah.
we just got hope Indiana. They just go to stop property taxes, and it's like I don't need a job no more. I'm good. I just live
Are
a
you in Indiana?
yeah.
I am too.
Yeah, I'm in Northwest Indiana. I'm over by the Hard Rock Casino.
Right on, okay. I'm
Gary,
near
Indiana.
Evansville.
Scary Gary.
I'm near Evansville.
Okay, we're at the complete opposite ends.
Yep, yep. That's cool, though. I didn't know you were in Indiana. That's
Oh
pretty cool.
yeah. I
And, yeah, I'm pretty stoked about the whole property tax thing. That was
don't know
actually
if
something
Indiana's doing
I
it. I
advocated
know Florida's moving
that
towards it.
yeah, that was something I advocated for when Trump was running for president the first time, and he sent out those little questionnaires in the mail asking people what were the biggest deals for them. Property
Yeah.
tax was number 1 on my list because that's how I ended up homeless 7
Oh,
years ago.
see,
I couldn't pay my property taxes, and
which
they
is
threw me out of my
ridiculous.
own damn house with 4 little kids and sold my house for auction because of my fucking property taxes, and they were only $1,000, but I couldn't afford
Yeah.
that, you know?
Yeah, and then you pay the taxes when you buy the house, and yeah, then
Right, right.
it's
It's a fucking racket.
there's so many double, triple, quadruple taxes on everything that it's
Yep,
beyond ridiculous, and that's why the media and everybody's so scared right now because you see Trump taking this back, and it becomes this point in time where you can't push your agenda anymore. We want to
right.
want back people like we're not going to give this up, and you're the NGO money, all this stuff. Like I was even last episode talking about government efficiency, like the optimism, and they like we went through it, like they went to the cuts, and I just can't wait to like things to crack open more. So like I want to see more of what they found. Um,
Yeah, me too,
because
with ghosts and stuff.
there's that talk with Elon and Trump. Was this a fake fight? There's parts of me that think
I
that
think so
was a
too.
setup one because
I
they
do
had
too.
a
I totally do too.
yeah. But at the same time, there are things about Elon I don't trust. I'm sure you probably know about his mother and and
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
being with
yeah,
the AI and stuff like that. So it's a hit and
yeah,
miss. I don't know to trust Elon that much.
yeah.
I applaud him when he does good, but if he does something bad, like the Epstein files, Trump wasn't on that. And no,
But I think that was also optics. Trump not being on board with that, I think that was optics because I think we needed the Democrats to push for it to be
begged
released.
for it. They were begging for it.
Yeah, so I think that was a chess move on Trump's part.
And the
And
House Oversight
I think
did
Elon was the one doing the volley, you know? I
yeah,
think it was all
he
part of the
baited them.
mhm.
Yeah, and the House Oversight just a few hours ago, I guess they released the 30,000 pages
Yeah,
pertaining. But
and
are these the
the
big booms
video.
I'm looking for? I don't think so.
Not
Um,
yet, but they're coming. I listened to that press conference. I was pretty impressed with, what's her name? Anna Paulina Luna.
oh yeah, she was amazing on Joe Rogan.
I
She
was
was going
pretty
off.
she did a presser right after that thing today, and she said that not only did they release that 35,000 and that was videos included. Remember, Bondi said they didn't have none of that, which I also knew was a lie, you know? That was just they were buying time to get everybody on board with releasing it before they did because the Clintons are number 1 on the list, dude. They're gonna go down.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
gonna go down.
Well, and there's more
So they
to
had to
that.
have everybody on the same team saying, release the files." And then today, um, Miss Luna said that, they're gonna take it even further than just, the victims that they listened to their testimony today and going after the elite, like they've, subpoenaed to get everything from Jeffrey Epstein's estate and to seize his estate, all of his
Mhm.
estate. So that's huge, like, that's big moves.
It
I like
is,
that a lot.
and like Well, when people were bringing up, I remember this one lady was asking me at the Epstein client list, and this was like years ago. I'm like, I'm so iffy on the Epstein client list because that kind of doesn't make any sense to me. But I understand what they want; they want all their names collective. But when Pam Batty she did that, made that move, I was like, one, I know there's another person involved, so like I kind of knew the chess move. Like I didn't react over that because I
Hmm.
the whole Rachel Chandler thing was like my thing, and I already seen it. You're not going to show me anything different. So
I'm glad you brought that up because that was a pivotal moment for a lot of us.
yeah, there was a lot of fear with it because they didn't. There was a lot of darkness behind it. They didn't understand what was going on, and then she
Right.
was like, "Well, the it was all on my desk," and I remember when they first. Oh, she said it. I'm like, well, she clearly meant everything that was on her desk. And then, like days after that, they finally got like a federal court or SCOTUS ruling saying, yeah, you can fire everyone. And then from that point on, you've seen all these people getting fired. You got this black robe coup going on. You got so much going on that like what's more scarier than like rich folks having sex with children is like rich folks with nukes having sex with children. So we
Yeah.
have this big
It's
dynamic to where the second you release this, there's going to be reactions, right?
yeah.
They're going to shut things down or XYZ is going to happen. Now, how do we bring this about? And but we also need to have the military on our ground. So right now, like we're also in this dynamic where we're establishing how the military operates on the soil. Hence, the National Guard's been mobilized.
Uh-huh.
But they would, although it's the military, it's not the military because they would work in tandem if both deployed and then, meanwhile, you still have the State Secrets Act being upheld. Trump doesn't have to tell anyone, so this becomes a war game, which is why it's the Illegal Aliens Act. So, right,
Exactly. Exactly. Because we had to get them in place, right?
yeah, so right now we're getting everything in place, and that's why I
I
didn't
think
freak
so
out
too.
because I'm like, not everything's in place, so why would she release them now?
Yeah.
And then for the military to deploy, certain criteria needs to be met, and I think that's what's coming down to. They're preparing for is a move on Podesta, Human Aberdeen. I
Yep.
think it's someone along that lines is going to be the
Loretta
first
Lynn.
target, and that's
Mhm.
going to bring in the Soros and riots, and that's when the military is going to give those markers that you need for the military to deploy.
Right.
Then that's when we're going to start seeing the justice that we want because
Yep.
they're like, well, constitutionally, you can't charge Obama. The Supreme Court said Trump can't do it. So why can not where it's like, this is a different scenario because he's not going to be held federally. Now, if most treason cases are held under federal law, right? So
Mhm.
you would go to Alcatraz, locked up in Alcatraz or something like that due to federal courts. But this is a
Right. Yeah.
special wartime, right? We're going through wartime period. So upon these certain insurgencies and seditious acts that's going to come forward that allows the military to make their moves. Now we're going through a whole different law system of the law of armed conflict. So it'd
Mhm.
be wartime law. And that's when you get to try Barry Soetoro under Barry Hussein Soetoro under enemy combatant.
Right.
So when you train, that's when he's gonna be like, well, my birth certificate. The whole lot of truth is gonna come out from that.
All
What?
that's gonna come out. Yep.
Yeah, because his
And Trump's been on that birth certificate thing since way before he became president.
oh yeah, that was a huge deal. Like people
Yeah.
were so loud about Obama and like the one Larry Sinclair was like, oh, I sucked his dick and all that. Like, and there's like,
Right.
why don't you want to talk to me? And like, we don't want you. About that.
Right.
And
Yeah.
yes, then it was crazy. Like all the conspiracy theories about Obama just like kept coming true, keeps coming true. Like he's gay.
Yeah.
Now it
And that
looks
Michelle
like Michelle's
Bible.
going coming out the closet a little bit, but not fully yet.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's all a hoot how we're seeing it. We're seeing it actually playing out now,
Yeah,
whereas before we knew it because we did the research and we were paying attention and we were awake, so we knew, but not the majority. The
yeah,
majority
they
didn't know,
want.
and now Now everybody's seeing it.
So everybody who wants all this instant gratification now, like it's not our timeline. We're working on Trump's the only one I guess has a say so it's his timeline how he wants it. But it's important to understand and learn this. This is not just a thing that's happening. This is a social um, ethics. This is a
Reconstruction.
classroom we're in right now. We're learning
Yeah.
government and how it's supposed to happen because when you're seeing Obama not getting arrested, well, we're told, and you're getting upset. He's not gonna he
Hmm.
can't get tried under federal, so you got to wait for the other type of law to come
Right.
through. So it's you got to understand before you react because that's how the
Right.
media gets everybody. They get you to react, and it's you you act the worst when you act. You're the most irrational when you react. So
Right.
try not to react. Take it in, hold, analyze.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a few gut droppers, like the whole Hollywood grabber by the pussy. When that came out, I was like, no, like, oh no, we're gonna lose this now. But he overcame that. That was pretty dope. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a hell of a ride that we're going on.
It is. It really is. Um, the whole buckle up buttercup thing is like so for real now.
Yeah, it is.
We're really on a
Butter up,
roller
buttercup.
coaster, and we really need to like when we're up there, and we just need to coast. We just need to breathe and coast.
Enjoy the show.
Yeah.
You
Don't
gotta
freak out.
stop buying so much because we know that we read the book. The book says God wins, so we know God
That's
wins at the
right.
end.
That's right. God wins. God wins. Good wins. Nothing can stop what's coming. Nothing.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Just like the whole, I was talking earlier about how they're trying to figure out all these different ways to win good versus evil, right? And so they've hijacked the spiritual circles, they've hijacked the political circles. They think they've hijacked so many different ways. They had their tentacles
Hmm.
and everything. And for a minute they were kind of succeeding. So I'll give them kudos to that. They were a worthy opponent,
Yeah.
but they still don't win.
That's what I said about Obama when he snuck like the whole Trump's name into the files. Yeah, I was like, that I have to give him props. That was a good move. That was a good
Yeah,
setup. That little sucker.
right. Yeah. I mean, they've been a worthy opponent. I'll give them that, but that doesn't mean they win.
Yep.
And I'm
And
stoked about it. I'm stoked about going back to the gold-backed dollar. I'm stoked about revamping government. Now, that's what I wanted to ask you earlier. What do you think about this? Let me throw this at you.
yeah.
When we go back to the gold-backed standard and we rewind all the way back to 1776, basically, with our Constitution and all of that, do we have to do a new vote then? Is that the last precedent? Can we have a king and queen? Because there are 2 types of monarchies, right?
Hmm.
Like, where do you
Yeah.
think we're headed with all that?
Um, well, as far as the storm goes and stuff like that, as far as the pedophilia, I think that might start tumbling down before midterms. But
Mm,
I believe like a lot of this is built. This is the final election battle of all time. Like this is it. Like this midterms. Like we got to get that majority rule because in order for like constitutional amendments, the Internet Bill of Rights, certain stuff like that, we need a full three-fourths majority. Like we got to go over 60, 75%. Like we got to get majority to get
right,
these because we've been through a lot through the last 5 years. Um, so I think right now there's a lot of based off of this midterms right now that we have to go through in order, like you said, like when we start voting on stuff, we have for constitutional rights there has to be a vast majority, and we got to know they're not sleepers. They're really, really MAGA or
right,
just good loving Christ folks that want better for their lives.
right. Do you think we'll have another presidential election? Or do you think this is something that'll flip more to a king and queen type monarchy?
That's a good question. I still think we're gonna be a constant. There's still gonna be a president. Now, I kind of feel like Trump may go down the FDR route. He might. I mean, I don't see his life going back to normal. So he might stay in office till he dies. There's that thought that goes in my mind, like there might be a third Trump term,
Well, I
because
mean, like, if he declares martial law and war here, like, if we're in a
or
state of
give the
war,
diamonds back.
right? I mean,
Yeah,
he by all rights can remain as president because he's a wartime president, right?
yeah. And I think a lot of people would be open to that. I mean, FDR
Too.
got, and
Mhm.
especially if he does bring the prosperity, he's talking a big game right now, and he's delivering, and he keeps upping his game. Like this man's a savage. Like I don't know how he does it. I'm wore out.
I know. He barely sleeps.
Yeah, I kind of, I learned so much about Trump. I'm like almost just like him. Like I rarely ever sleep, but like it kind of reflects I'm tired. And like the way he treats women, actually, the way he's known to treat women, like I'm kind of the same way. I'm very like gentleman,
Mhm.
romantic type. He's not this like dirty old guy. That's one thing he's always liked to been known for is this bad guy on TV, like in WW wrestling and all that. Like there's always the heel. He just like kind of playing the bad guy, but he's actually a really good dude in person.
I think so
But
too,
just
yeah. I think
yeah.
he's a really decent human being.
And the more I learn about him, the more he just might like. I like
Yep.
clowning. I like having fun, trolling.
Oh my god, he's like the best troll ever.
Yeah, he's just so savage at it, and
Yeah,
I fucking love it. And
I do
it
too.
will reflect off of me a lot. Because I always used to talk to him like, well, not talk to him, but like the way I used to talk like online and stuff would always kind of what he does now. So it's like he's just like I feel like I'm just like him. Like if I met him, we'd probably kick it off, But
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm totally down with his humor and his
yeah, so he would be the
intelligence,
one
his
king.
tactics and everything. Like, I'm totally down with it.
Yeah, he would be the one king I would accept to an extent, you know what I mean? Like he's at that age. I just don't see him going back to normal. So will he probably die on and if he doesn't, I would like to see under an election actual, like the way it's supposed to be done. I would
Yeah.
love to see Donald Trump Jr. Like Don Jr. is really good. He's a good
Well,
speaker. He's a savage. So I would love to see him.
I was gonna ask you about that because there's a lot of people that are like testing the water and trying to push for JD Vance to be president, and I just don't really see him being a leader.
Yeah, I
So
like him. I kind of
I
like
like
what,
him.
especially when he grilled Zelensky in the Oval Office. I couldn't get a.
Yeah,
I
I
was
I like him a lot,
dying.
and he's got moxie. I love the way he handles the press. I love the way he handles Zelensky. Like, I
Mhm.
like him a lot. I just don't see him as president, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I just don't see that charisma, like, because people
Right.
gravitate to Trump. Like, there is this divine thing that, like, with certain leaders, JD Vance, like, I think he'll be a great governor somewhere. I would, I love the way he talks. I love the way he's been handling business.
Yeah.
But I would love to see him be a good governor somewhere and do the right thing. But yeah, I would love to see more someone like Don Jr. And if Ivanka, maybe your first
I was
female.
gonna say I was gonna say Ivanka.
Ivanka would be another one. I would. This
Mhm.
is crazy because she was a Democrat, but I always said if I ever have to vote for a Democrat, it would be her. But funny enough, she's our DNI, Tulsi Gabbard. I think she
I
would be an
love her.
amazing president.
I do too. I do too. I love her.
I would love to see her run next.
Yeah. Be pretty cool if she ran and, like, Ivanka was the vice president. That would
That
be
would be
awesome.
amazing. Like
That would be awesome. Yeah. I would totally
Ivanka's
vote
such a
I
beautiful
would
lady.
totally
Like
vote for
she's a divine
Tulsi
lady.
Gabbard. Yeah. Yeah. I like her a lot. She's
Yeah,
pretty badass.
yeah. All the mega baddies, the Christine Gnome, like they're all
I know.
amazing. I love the fight they put up, man. This is
I do
these
too.
epic times.
Yeah, they really are. I really like Confucius said, "May you live in interesting times." And man, do we live in some interesting times. Like, I fucking love it. I love it.
Yeah. One wise man told me, those who go to bed with itchy butthole wakes up with a smelly finger.
Oh my God. Wise man.
That's
That's
funny.
that's as wise as my anytime somebody says, "Do you have a tip?" I always tell them never wear high heel shoes in a soggy lawn.
Oh no.
That's
Oh
that's my
man.
corny wise tip.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. So that's why I love clowning. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, back to the finances. Did you have anything else in your notes that you wanted to say about finances? We really
Well, it's
got off.
funny. I didn't even make notes. I was like, oh,
You didn't
I'm gonna end up weaving
make
it anyway, so I write it down.
okay. I like to freestyle shit.
Yeah, that's how I go with the flow.
Yeah.
That's why, like, even at that, like, when you ask maybe weekly or bi-weekly, like, I hate to like engage, but I'm like,
Pin
I'm
it
kind of
down.
busy at the same time, so I
Yeah.
don't want to like say something I won't do. So, but although whenever you want me back on, I'll be happy to get back on.
Hey, I'm
Especially
happy to
more
have you back anytime.
definitely, yeah. And with everyone who's worried or if things aren't happening as fast that you would like to see it, just keep God in your life. Keep looking for God.
Yeah.
That's the happiest you're gonna definitely be because I mean they're trying to destroy the union, but if you look to God, you're gonna find the love that you're looking for. And,
Yeah.
the more demons we keep crossing, I was watching a good episode with Sean Ryan. Um,
I
he
love
was
Sean Ryan.
yeah. I wish I could talk to him some because he was
Yeah.
talking to the guy who's doing the exorcisms and stuff, and he's like, I
Oh,
kind of don't understand this. I'm like, man, if I could sit and talk to this guy, I would definitely. Same thing with Joe Rogan. I would open
yeah.
their heads up. I would blow their minds because I haven't even really talked about creation on here, and that's one thing I absolutely love is like everybody uses Jesus to go to Christ. I'm like, nah, that book of Genesis is gold.
Yeah. I think they left some things out, but yeah.
Yeah, well, and that's the whole argument with that too. Like people got to understand, like the Book of Enoch. I can't say it's real or fake. It's just, all right. Which Bible do you believe in, and why do you believe it? And to
Mhm.
me, like if there was a God, He did inspire a man to write it, and I think the closest we got to preserve would be the King James version. And then when you look at the King James version and how they put that Bible together, certain they had to be so much repetition, different culture. Like when you got all these documentations and they're all saying the same thing from different locations. So boom, you got the Book of John, you got all the books of the Gospels. You can't look at it and be like, wow. And the King James version is the only one that's not copywritten, so it wouldn't be changed. So to me, like, I don't think there was enough to uphold it. Not saying that it's a false book or anything like that, but there just wasn't enough for it to make it into the Bible, if that makes sense. So like there are probably books that are probably real, but there wasn't enough repetition for them to like, okay, we think this is an inspiration of God because of the impact it had on Earth. So a lot of people like that when they argue it, it's like you would have to look at the big picture of things. Of what like some books I won't like disagree with it, but there's a reason why it didn't make the Bible, and it's hard to say for sure, but each book's different. Um, because yeah, some people might look at the NIV and there's a lot of contradictions in there. It's when you're going for a copyright version, you have to change so much at least 10%, so it could become your own works, and then you could sell it to make money off of. But the King James version isn't.
Yeah. Well, I think probably King James included a lot of it got lost in translation from trying to take it from Arabic or Hebrew to English, and different languages. So I
Which
think
could be a good argument because nobody knows
some
ancient
meanings
Hebrew
got
like that.
lost in translation. I actually
Hmm.
watched this. I can't remember his name, but he's a cardinal bishop who, his expertise is the translation part of it, right?
Yeah.
Who says, that a lot of it got lost in translation, like Elohim. Elohim means multiple.
Hmm.
It's not one. So there's
Yeah.
not one creator God, right? There's more than one. So we need to understand that better because that to me is very confusing. Like we're
Hmm.
taught this monotheistic point of view that there's only one God, and he's saying that it was lost in translation and it actually means more than one God, which kind of makes sense to me because when God came to Abraham, he came with the elders, right? Who the hell are the elders? Nobody ever explains that to us. So I have a lot of questions that I feel like the whole lost translation part could explain for me.
Hmm.
And I can't say either way if it was done nefariously or just done because they were trying to do the best they could do for any of
Yeah.
it. I just feel like there are things that are missing from the Bible that would tell the whole complete truth and the whole complete picture so that we can
Yeah.
better understand who we are. And whether that was done on purpose or not, I don't know. I just know that
Exactly.
society has definitely taught us to not believe in ourselves, not believe in our own creator being abilities because we're co-creators together. We co-create all
Hmm.
the time. Collective consciousness is a very real thing. Telepathy is a very real thing, you know, and
Hmm.
they never taught us that. They when we're little kids and we do things like that, they tell you that you're just silly and you've got an imagination or whatever. It gets stamped down rather than lifted up. And I look
Exactly.
forward to the day that we lift that up in children and we encourage that in all people,
Yeah.
you know?
And that's one thing with the truth movement. Like I would love to see more is what does the Vatican got? Like what
Yes.
are a
Oh my
lot of
god.
lost history? There's supposed to be some kind of museum underneath Sphinx's paw.
Tunnels worth
It's
of,
never been
stuff
touched.
in the
Yeah.
under the Vatican.
Yeah, so that's why I like. That's the reason I brought up the Book of Enoch because a lot of people that with what they don't understand, they might revert to like a book like that, like let's say the Nephilim or angels, which Book of Enoch does reference a lot to. So they'll, so they use that to make better understanding, and that's why I said like not saying the book's right, not saying it's wrong. It's just there's certain reasons why it didn't make it, whether like you said, being good or bad.
Yeah.
And so yeah, there's a lot of understanding to everything, and
Yeah.
the more you learn, the more you questions you have. But
Mhm.
everything is kind of a relationship between you and God. Now,
Right.
there's maybe a handful of things I can say like would be deal breakers. Like a belief that your works would get you into heaven. That's the Cain and Abel story. One brings the fruits and vegetables. Look what I did for you, God. God refused it. Then Abel brought the lamb and he sacrifices it. It's like, see, sin is that bad that something has to die. So it's like, and that's where I kind of like work based stuff that gets you into heaven. That's why I go with the Jesus one because Jesus is the most basic, understandable. Like it's really simple on getting into heaven, right? So when you got old Hebrew, old Arabic, a lot of these languages are lost in time,
Yeah.
and there really isn't no way of cracking it. But as far as what
Yeah.
I've learned about creation, I don't think the Earth is billions of years old. The universe, I mean, there's so much science that would time constraints, stuff like that that we could point to, and there's so much of science history. The schools are booked, man. They're just cooked. Schools are cooked.
Yep. I agree. I agree 100%. They're not telling us um correctly whether
Hmm.
whether intentional or unintentional. We're not being taught correctly about a whole
Like
lot
you
of stuff.
said, yeah, and the money is behind there, and they just don't want us
Yeah.
to know. Like there could be
Yeah.
so much division it wiped away if you just unleashed one book in the Vatican that no one, because you could actually look at anything you want to, but you got to know what it is and where it's located. So you could go to the Vatican, but you don't know what you're looking for, so you can't fill out the paperwork to look at it.
Right. And speaking of books and learning, like schools and stuff,
Hmm.
I actually just learned recently that Ghislaine Maxwell's father was actually a publisher of a lot of our school books.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, "What? That explains a lot."
Yeah. Did you ever hear about the Reddit one? There's someone on Reddit with like a Maxwell Hill, which would be like the book deal, but they're on Reddit like making these crazy rants, like, oh, talk about raping children and stuff like that. And then there's been other posts like everybody thinks it's Ghislaine Maxwell on there just going off, and it's never posted since she got arrested again. But there's other like Amazon ones, like somebody seen a picture of her reading a book, and they went to that book, and there was a strange post on there going off about like pedophilia, like weird shit, and they think it's her, like yeah, just look up like stuff like that. I don't know if it would go to the
Yeah.
Amazon
Wow.
review one, but the Ghislaine Maxwell and Maxwell Hill or Reddit. Put Ghislaine Maxwell on Reddit and just look at the theories. Like it's nuts.
Okay, I will. Yeah, because I just happen to be doing a deep dive on all of her family. You know, her sister created the company that was basically the spy eyes of America for the CIA that spied on us, the American citizens. How
Yeah,
convenient that she's the one that had the whole book on us, right? And then the dad was actually writing books for our educational purposes, right? Like,
yeah,
what is going on that these people can all have their hands in so many different areas of how we are raised and indoctrinated socially? That's crazy. One family,
yep.
and
And it's all
control
and all
and control.
became with the Rockefellers. Like so, like that's kind of how the whole school system foundation base came from the Rockefellers. So like,
Yeah,
what's their ties? How then that's something I wish I could do more is just actually sit down and research certain things I want to.
yeah.
Like I really need to go deep on just the Maxwell family.
I
Like I
do.
am limited. I know about her dad and her, but I do have my limitations. Same thing with Epstein. Like this, there's so much more with just when someone says Jeff Epstein, they just think of pedophilia. No, this guy
Yeah,
was
but
a
it's so
drug
much bigger.
running, part of
Yeah.
Iron Contra. You mentioned that last time.
Transhumanism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, there's so much more to him, and there's so many more than him. He's not
Yeah,
the only one that was at that position.
yeah. And
Not the
people
only
got to
one.
think the pedophilia was just that's just the opening the door of it.
Right.
Like that's just the blackmail part.
Right. Yeah,
These people have
exactly.
nuclear weapons, like,
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean,
and
the
just
the the capabilities of them bringing harm to us are on so many different levels, it's frightening.
it really is. And I said that in a post a few days ago. I'm like, if you look at America's health issues, it's poisoning.
Yeah,
It looks like we're a poisoned society.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and that goes I mean, that's from the chemtrails to the crap in the water, the crap in the food, the crap in
Pesticides.
everything, right?
And
The whole Monsanto thing. Oh my god.
you mentioned nicotine. I seen you posted that, and I'm like, man, like nicotine is such a wonderful chemical for the human
It
body.
is. It is.
And it just sucks because like smoking necessarily isn't the healthiest, but it is
Right.
kind of an addictive chemical, but it's really benefit. A lot of the smoking
Nicotine
is
is
just the
actually
crap.
beneficial to the body. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the
Mhm.
crap. Like because the Indians used to smoke all the time. I mean, they weren't
No,
dropping dead of
the
cancer.
cigarettes that I smoke, I roll my own, and it's 100% Native American grown tobacco. My
Or-
paper my paper is made from flaxseed. The
Ooh,
filter is pure cotton. Like, everything about my cigarette is all natural. There are no chemicals. There's no flame retardants. There's no nothing.
yeah,
Yeah, I roll my own,
nice.
and I can crank out 2 packs of cigarettes in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, because like there's, I mean, granted, smoking may cause cancer. You know what I'm saying, but it's not like a lot. There's more people dying who ain't more people dying of lung cancer who aren't smokers and who are
That's
because you
true.
got so many. You got the environment. We're
Yeah,
breathing. And I told that to my doctor. I'm like, I smoke like 4 of these a day, and he thought I said packs, and he's like, "Well, we'll get you a casket." And I was talking to my
Oh my
mom.
God.
I was like, "This guy's going off that I may or may not have lung cancer because I smoke, but wants to throw me in a microwave."
Right. Right. Ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like it's ridiculous. And they put nicotine down and they fear porn people with nicotine. Same thing with caffeine and coffee. Coffee's actually very good for you.
yeah.
Coffee is good for your heart. But because it's got caffeine, everybody's like, "Oh, that's a stimulant." So then they want to think, "Oh, that's bad for this and that and the other."
I would probably you say caffeine is probably more harmful than the heart than maybe something like cholesterol would be. But then again, I'm still learning some stuff right now that cholesterol just might be tying to like kind of stones and stuff like that. So of course, but
But some cholesterols are good for you.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I
You
mean
need
you
some
need cholesterol for.
cholesterol.
We was talking about the cholesterol myth last time, and that's why I would say like caffeine would probably be more of America's heart problem than cholesterol would be. But yeah,
Well, like
like a lot of these chemicals are made
caffeine
out to
in
be
a pill of
evil.
yellow
Yeah.
versus caffeine in the tea or the coffee. It's a
Hmm.
whole different kind of caffeine,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
you know? That's a whole different caffeine,
And
right?
then they won't even look at the whole parasitic aspect of everything.
Right.
Like,
Right. Because that is actually the number one problem with a lot of people is they've got parasites and they don't know it.
yeah. And the first reaction is, oh, worms. Like parasites aren't worms. Like it's not. That's one of them, but
I mean,
um,
yeah, that is one of them, but that's not the only kind there are.
yeah. There's microscopic ones. There's
Yep.
fleas, ticks.
Yep. 100%. They're all
You
over the
know,
place. And a lot of
yeah,
people have
exactly.
parasites in their gut and they don't even know it.
And yeah, so it's not a third world country thing. And it's like, well, I really like the blood and steak. Like that's not blood.
Yeah. I like the blood on the steak.
Well,
I
I
like
like the
my steak
juice,
not cooked all the
but
way.
it's actually chemical. It's not really blood. Um, because if it was blood,
Depends
it
on
would.
what kind of steak you bought because I typically buy grain-fed organic meats,
Yeah.
locally, local farmers, that kind of thing. So they're definitely good for you, you
Oh
know,
yeah, for sure. That's
versus
way better than
bullshit that they're feeding to the masses out there.
yeah the pus filled ones. I don't know if you ever seen
Yeah.
those videos with the cows and
And the milk. Ah, I was
yeah,
so grossed out about milk for so long after I watched some shit like that. I was like, oh my God,
yeah.
never drink milk again. But I like milk.
I love it too.
I had to buy organic,
I like the
like the
Fair
grass-feeding
Farms.
Amish people.
Yeah, I bought some Amish stuff. I bought a bunch of like Amish honey. I bought some apple
Yeah,
butter. I need
Indiana
to try
is
the apple
Amish
butter.
country, man.
Yeah, I need to find some farmers markets because like
Yeah,
I need to get away from this processed stuff. It's killing me.
yeah, it is. It's bad for you.
Yeah,
That's
that's probably
a
why
bad
I got gallstones or a pancreas problem right now. But I just probably need to do a flush to be honest. Just
But there is an herbal blend called the gallbladder something. You can like get it on Amazon.
yeah, I'm gonna have to check that
I'm
out.
gonna I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna go look at my medicine. I've got a great big yellow cabinet over there full of herbs. I'm gonna go look
That's
at my medicine
awesome.
cabinet in a minute and and send it to you.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
I'd
I'm
love to
all
see
about the
that.
herbs. Yeah. Everybody's always calling me. Everybody in my family, my friends, everybody, if they got something wrong with them, they'll text me or call me and be like, "This is what's wrong with me. What do I take?"
Yeah, I get that a lot too. It's like, what's wrong? I like what can I do for this? And
Yep.
for some reason, like my answers work for them really good, but for me, it's a different. Or it's like I said, it's about nailing it the problem. I have a malabsorption issue. I don't know where, but we're gonna find out. That's what this whole test thing is. It's like people, oh, you look like you're. I'm not on drugs. I've always been skinny my whole life. I can't put on weight.
Have they ever tested you for your blood sugar to see if you're hypoglycemic?
Yeah,
Not
it's fine.
hyper. Hyperglycemic is diabetes.
Yeah,
Hypo, because that's what I have. I have hypoglycemia, which means I have a really fast metabolism, Like I'm a skinny little thing. I don't know if you can tell, but I only weigh 120 pounds. I've had 7 kids. I weigh 120 pounds,
Yeah.
right? And I eat like a horse. I eat all
Ooh.
the time. I'm all about the food.
Yeah.
But I have a really fast metabolism, and so it makes my blood sugar drop. If I
So,
don't eat every 3 or 4 hours, my blood sugar will drop.
that could be something like
And
me then, because
it
it's
keeps
like
me
me.
from
It goes
gaining
right
weight.
through me.
Yeah, it keeps me from gaining weight.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's why I'm skinny because I have hypoglycemia.
But have you ever moved somewhere and start gaining weight? Because every time, like, I would go to a different state for so long, like, come back, not live, but like, just go 4 days out to California or Florida. I put on weight when I do that, but just like
Oh.
that must be a sign to move.
I did visit Tennessee once upon a time, Nashville, Tennessee, and had the
Ooh,
best rack of ribs in my life that I've ever eaten. And so I ate the rack of ribs every single day for the 4 days that I was there, and I gained about 10 pounds.
nice. See, I want to move
But
to
I
the
can't eat a
South,
rack of
man.
ribs every day, you know?
Yeah, I want to move to the South. The Southern hospitality, man. Like,
Yeah. See, I
I
was
mean, I
raised
kind of don't want to leave Indiana. I love Indiana, but I think I need to get up because I'm in Northwest Indiana. It's very gerrymandered. You know what I'm saying? Like Indianapolis, where
yeah,
my area is very. I'm in Gary, so it's like very Democrat.
yeah.
And yeah, I would because everybody from Chicago is flooding here. They're
Are
flooding
they?
their socialist paradise.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
like it's
Well,
ridiculous. People like everybody's mad because like everybody knows Illinois aren't good
if
drivers.
if I could move anywhere in the world, it would be to the Rocky Mount, the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee.
Rocky Mountains are beautiful too.
Yeah, the Rocky Mountains are pretty too. I've been all over the United States, but Smoky Mountains. Smoky Mountains has my heart. My soul is there. I don't know what it is about that place, but
I
my
need to
soul
see
is there.
it. I haven't seen it.
It's incredible. I've been there 4 times and I can't get enough of it.
Yeah,
Like you don't want to leave. It feels so sacred and peaceful, and the people are so down home. That Southern hospitality,
yeah.
those good home cooked meals. I mean, I cook
That's what I
home
love
cooked,
about traveling. Like
but
the good people are out there. I took
yeah,
a bus to San Jose. 3 days there, 3 days back. But like going through
nice.
the desert and like Utah, when you wake up 3, 4 in the morning and the sun's just peeking out and everything's orange, it looks like you're on Mars and you see the
Yeah,
mines and stuff, and it's like, oh, it looks like they're mining on Mars. Like it's one of
I
the
would
most
love to
beautiful
see Utah.
things. I couldn't believe it. I can't believe this existed, you know.
Yeah, that's one of the few places. Arizona and Utah, I've never been to, and California, I've never been to California.
It's so
And
beautiful.
I
It's oddly packed
everybody
though.
tells me, everybody tells me that California is so beautiful.
It really is. Because we was in there in San Jose, and it's funny, like when you get off, like it was last time I got off, it was real cold, winter, there's snow. Then we stop at Oakland, I get off, and it's like, oh my God, it's like April here in Indiana, but actually it's December, and it's so warm. But we go to
Wow.
San Jose, and the people it's so different. They're like just laid back party mode all the time, but
Right.
it's really cram though. Like if you believe in like overpopulation, you would see it there. You like I don't believe the world's overpopulated, but where I was
Yeah.
in San Jose, that was overpopulated. Like there's
Yeah.
Harley Park. You know what I mean? It was a lot of people. There's just a lot of people.
Right.
I didn't like that, but they were
Yeah.
cool
I
ass
don't like
people
being
though.
around a lot of people. I don't
Hmm.
want to be around big crowds of people. That's why I like Nashville because it's not, even though it draws a lot of people in, they're not all in one spot.
Yeah,
They got
yeah,
places to go. They can spread out. And the
and they're not
mountain.
so liberal minded, so they're not as greedy. Because there's a what am I the social why can't I think of the word
It'll come to you.
psychology. Why am I saying social? There's a dark psychology behind like liberalism, and I don't know if you ever seen those studies.
Tell me.
um all right, well, a lot of there's the dark sociopathic like mental of it is are these people who go on to social ideologies to prop their self personal behavior up in a sense. Like
Okay.
a lot of them were deviant people. They know it's kind of like they're anti-God, but they're very deviant. But they make themselves look good by standing behind, oh, climate change. Oh, make your
Gotcha.
boy is a girl. You know, the evil stuff.
Right.
Um, yeah, so that's why like a lot of them get that arrogance behind them because they're actually deviant people, but they're fighting for social cause. And that's why, like, you see that demonic possession out of them a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, there's been studies done on it, and it's like there is that dark psychology behind liberalism, and it's yeah, you
Yeah.
won't get that in Tennessee, you know.
Yeah, right. You're not going to get that in Tennessee at all.
You get in Chicago, you just drive in Chicago, you'll see. I don't know how many times you
I
drive in
have
Chicago.
been to Chicago
Yeah,
and I don't care for it. It could be such a beautiful city if it weren't for the people.
yeah. You walking on the river North, and all that. Trump
Yeah,
Tower
oh,
is the
it's
most
so
beautiful
pretty out
thing.
there. Yeah.
Trump, yeah, that tower is the most beautiful tower in the city. Like I love
Yeah.
seeing that tower. But yeah,
And even the river, like the river through there is so beautiful. The whole area, that area is so pretty.
it
But
is.
the people are so ugly. The majority of them, not everybody in Chicago is ugly, but the majority of them are
When's the
just
last time you've been out there?
um about 12 years ago, and I don't want to go back
Ooh, yeah, it's
because it's even
more
worse
homeless people.
now. It's even worse now. And I
Yeah,
couldn't even walk in a McDonald's or a Burger King without somebody trying to jack me. It was
yeah.
bad.
Last time I went like on a visit, I was with my ex girlfriend at the time, and I took and she was from Hawaii, so she's from Honolulu, but she never seen Chicago, and I was like, all right, well, I take her with, and I kind of started like trying not to make so much eye contact. I didn't like really dig it down into her, but we was walking, and this one guy, I asked her for something, and she stopped me. And she's like, "This guy said he's hungry." Da, da, da. I'm like, "Oh no!" I was like, "No, I'm hungry too." And I just kind of pulled her. I was like, "Do not make eye contact because these people will follow it." And sure enough, the guy started following us, and she was all freaked out. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's can't be a nice person there.
Dangerous. It's
This ain't
dangerous.
Honolulu."
Right. Yeah, you can't be a nice person there. You gotta just
Put
keep
your head
moving.
down, look forward, and keep moving.
Yep.
You can't help
Yeah, it's
everyone.
it's a it's a shame. It's a
Yeah,
real
it
shame
is.
because it could be such a beautiful place. And once upon a time it was, you know,
Hmm.
back during like the world fairs in the early 1900s, that
That
was
architecture, man. I would
beautiful.
love to see.
And I still think that's Tartarian, man. That's Tartarian shit. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah, it is, but it's beautiful architecture, though. I love it, like the
Oh, it
marble
is. It
stone and
is.
all that.
It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. That's why I think it's Tartarian. Yeah. But yeah, that's a whole nother show because that's the whole mud floods and all that stuff. You know, and they turned a bunch of them into insane asylums to put everybody in to shut them up and made the children orphan. And it's a whole big thing.
Yeah, I've heard
It's a
about that. Yeah,
it really is a whole nother show because it's a whole big thing. Maybe we'll do that on the next show.
I mean, I won't have so much input because I haven't learned that much. My buddy tells me about it, but
Oh
I've
my
heard of
God.
it.
Type in mud flood.
Much flood.
Like all these buildings all across the country that have the windows that are like half a window at the bottom next to the ground,
Yeah,
where the mud flood buried part of the buildings, right? And I
yeah,
think that's how come we have so many tunnels and stuff underneath of the earth too, because they were once more of a closer to the surface type dwelling that
yeah.
got covered up with the mud flood.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've been watching the Wi-Files a lot, so like I might.
I love the Wi-Files. I
Yeah,
think he
that guy's a
actually
good.
has something on the mud floods and the Tartarian stuff.
I'm sure he does. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I
Yeah,
need because he presents it real good for
he
both
really does.
sides.
Yeah, I actually use a lot of his stuff with my kids when I'm doing homeschool with them. Like when
Nice.
we've got a certain topic and he's got a video on it, we'll watch that and then I'll piggyback off of it to do the rest of the education. because he's so
Yeah.
interesting, and
He's a
he's
really
a
good
fish,
presenter.
hecklefish. I love
Yeah.
hecklefish.
And it's like I have this love hate with Joe Rogan. Like,
Yeah,
um, I know he's a leftist. That's where the negativity comes in. It's like, because he'll pander to the left some. But one thing about him though, he is a great host. Like he has good
yes,
questions.
yeah,
He brings out the best in people, and that's why I do watch the
yeah,
show. Some people might, how come you hate on him? Like I don't hate on him. Sometimes I just call his bullshit. But like
yeah.
he is good. He is good at what he does.
It's really good.
And
Yeah,
just like AJ, he's mind blowing at what he does. Very unbiased.
yeah. And at the end, he always does the swerve so he doesn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
I like that. He'll do the swerve,
Or
right?
he'll give his honest opinion too, and it's like sometimes because he was talking about the floods, Noah's Ark, and he kind of went off on Ron Riot. I'm like, I disagree with it. Like there's more to that story than what he put out, but
Yeah,
at least he covered it though.
right. Did you see him when he was on Sean Ryan?
Yeah, I was like that interested me because he gave him the gun and stuff like that, and he that guy's a different guy, man. He's
And he actually admitted that he has to do that swerve sometimes just so he don't get in trouble on his channel. And I get it
yeah,
because I did a show last night with a couple of my friends, and it was a bunch of stuff about Q and JFK Jr. and stuff, and it actually got banned. It is blocked in some countries
yeah.
just because of the content that we were talking about, right?
Hmm.
And so to not get that block, I would have had to done a swerve. I'm just not a swerver, right? I ain't
Yeah.
gonna swerve. If you wanna
Unless
block
if it's
me,
something you really want to put out, then yeah, then yeah.
yeah.
But
I mean, I'm a
I want to
truther.
be
I'm a
as
diehard
genuine as
truther.
possible.
Right. I'm a diehard truther, so I'm not swerving. So if
Yeah.
they wanna block me, they can block me, but I'm still putting out my content and my truth, you know?
Yeah. Well, I
But
like how he words it though. Like he does tell you like certain ones
yeah,
you cannot touch. He'll swerve it, or he
yeah,
highlights it and kind of redirects you somewhere else. Like if you want to find more into that, go on a podcast or do that. But and
right.
it's sad like you can't have like open and especially with YouTube and Rumble. I want to like Rumble. I do
Uh-huh.
watch X22 on it, but
Yeah, I do too. I watch
that
X22, and I have my own channel on Rumble, but, it's just not as
it's not
fluid
the
and
same.
user-friendly,
Hmm.
as YouTube, so I just really prefer YouTube,
Yeah,
you know?
it's definitely more sound, and that's the
Yeah.
disappointing part. Like and with Truth, like the Truth social app, and what Devin Nunes is doing with Truth, like
Yeah. I
which
have
is
the Truth app, but I don't even look at it that much, you know?
it that runs the best. Like that's actually my favorite app. I do go on there. I don't post on there much, but I'm on there. I'm looking at Trump all the time and other stuff I'm digging into, and it's really good, well done. And I don't think that thing is gonna pop off until at some point right before they release the info. Like they're gonna start shutting like Trump's probably gonna get kicked off X again, Twitter.
You
Um, yeah, I think they're gonna start shadow banning again, even more so. They're gonna try to, but that's where everybody's gonna flock to something like Truth. I think that's
know?
a system that's set up that's probably gonna work with the government because X is gone. Even with Elon, he could be the most genuine white hat there is. They did something with X in the data that they're probably not going to find or fix. Deep State's probably going to take that down. They'll probably take down Facebook, of course, Instagram. Um, and so that's when I think Truth, they're setting up this whole system, especially with like back by base Bitcoin. They're setting this base with like a crypto um, treasury that they made for the company. Like what the moves they're making are like phenomenal. Now, granted, like that stock pop, that's one of my big holds, that company, but I don't expect it to really blow up because I'm expecting this to happen. Like right before they're gonna start bringing out a lot of this pedo stuff, they're gonna start shutting shit down. There's no way around it. Like they just can't let it come out. They're gonna. make their moves. And this is like this is why Trump's making these counter moves with the army and military, National Guard, just setting it up. You know, it's coming to a head both ways. Like there's, um, so I do think they're going to go that route of complete censorship, hardcore. People got to be screaming for the Internet Bill of Rights, and I think this is going to
I
cause
hope
that.
you're
I hope I'm wrong too, but yeah, I can't see a way forward without a major shutdown.
yeah. I don't know.
Logically, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. They can't let this shit out.
Yeah.
I want to be wrong, but that's why I took a
I don't.
big old stake in the DJT.
Yeah, I don't think that the really horrific stuff will come out, but I think on some level it's going to come out.
Yeah, because he said 60% needs to be hidden for humanity's sake.
And I
So
agree.
yeah,
You know,
and that becomes an argument itself to what do we opposed to them consider that upper 60%? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we
well,
might see some very dark stuff, but not realize there was way more darker stuff. It's a Pandora's box
and
that
there is way more darker stuff because I've seen what's on Anthony Weiner's laptop, and that should never see the light of day. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it, and it's so horrific.
that's how Rachel Chandler, her friends and all that, like her
It's
IGs I've seen. There's no one doing that.
like not even your worst nightmare could you imagine that it would be what it is. It's that bad.
Hmm.
So I mean, it's shit that made grown men puke and cry. It was so sick,
Yeah.
you know, and it goes beyond just what we think is there.
Yeah.
So
And not to
so much
mention what's
for
been deleted that we don't, there's probably stuff been deleted we'll never know.
yeah. I hope so. I really hope so. I don't think anybody needs to see that shit. It's that bad.
Or some
So,
of it, just so it never happens again,
and I'm
that's how
okay
it's
with
like,
them making that call instead of letting us make that call. I'm okay with that. I
yeah.
will support that motion, you know,
Hmm.
because it really is bad. Um, you wanna you got anything else you wanna talk about before we close this out?
Um, I think I've covered it. I mean, if there's something else, we could always schedule something else. But yeah, I really wanted to touch on the financials and
Yeah, you taught me a
money.
lot.
Yeah, I wish I could go more in depth. Like, how each thing is. Like, each little thing takes hour. I could talk hours on each little thing, and it's hard. But hopefully, with time, I could teach more.
Yeah, we'll definitely circle back to it so you can educate us some more.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm very interested in that, and that's not something I know a whole lot about, and I love learning. So
Oh yeah, and then what's so funny about it? Like you don't realize how I hate to call it simple because it's not simple. It takes a lot of discipline, but what they look at, you're like, that's what they look at. Are you kidding me? You know what I mean? Like you got to know what they're doing. Once you know what
right,
they're doing, you do it too.
yeah,
Um, no, I ain't gonna say you can get rich, but it's like playing spades or poker. It's leveraging your money. Sometimes this is just a shit hand. I'm not gonna leverage, or this is a great hand. I'm gonna go in big. So that's kind of a lot with trading too, but it's calculated move. It's not necessarily gambling, but also how you and what you decide you want to get into, whether it be short term, long term, precious metals, commodities, stocks. Yeah.
all right. Well, I look forward to learning more. Thanks for
Yeah.
being on.
Thank you. Yeah, just shoot me the link whenever. I'll definitely share this.
All right, cool.
All right. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it greatly.
Yeah.
Godspeed.
Night, everybody.